Hi, I'm Rick with BlueFletch, and today's highlight is of Schnucks' use of BlueFletch Enterprise. Let's get started. Schnucks is a family-owned supermarket chain based in St. Louis. Founded in 1939, Schnucks has grown to over 100 locations, serving 4 states throughout the Midwest. BlueFletch worked with Schnucks' team to bring single sign-on to their shared workforce devices. We received a lot of positive feedback on our quick reauthentication with NFC and also our device finder solution. Saving employees time while also keeping devices secure is our priority. Now let's chat with Joey Smith, Vice President and Chief Information Security Officer, and Kim Anderson, Vice President of Store Operations Support, about their experience working with the BlueFletch team.
Our in-store handheld devices are really essential for our store teammates, and kind of one of our larger strategic goals as an organization is to make it so that's kind of the one-stop shop for everything that our teammate needs to do. So whether it's email or chat or our internal homegrown applications or other applications we use that are outsourced as like SaaS applications, we want that teammate to leverage that one handheld device to be able to get to it all. It's certainly a lot easier said than done, but with technologies like BlueFletch coming into the organization and that's made that a lot easier. One of the examples that we've used is we're a big Google Workspace customer. So we're on Google Mail, Google Calendar, Google Chat, and all the what used to be called G Suite, all of those types of applications. And what we have learned is Google doesn't really allow those apps to go on devices where that device's intent is to be shared across a number of different people. So it's fine if it's my own personal computer, or it's my own personal phone, I can always get to that. But it becomes challenging whenever, as an example, if I had this device and I'm doing it for my shift and I clock out and I need to give it to Kim, who's coming in for her shift, Google doesn't inherently just allow those types of logins and logs off to work in a shared device type situation. So we've looked to BlueFletch to come in and kind of help us solve that problem from when I log out and the next teammate that comes in to log into that device, it properly terminates all of the authentication access that we have across those Google apps. And then the new authentication will go and authenticate properly to all of them for the new teammate that's using the same device I just was. So that's been very, very helpful, and where BlueFletch has really come in and helped us save a lot of headaches across the store teammates.
Part of we learned early is that for the store teammates, when they're off, they're off. So whether they were logged out or they timed out, the message back was the same. It keeps kicking us off the platform. So that was the biggest challenge, was really just understanding what was being communicated and what was actually occurring out in the store. So it was really a training issue because they were not getting logged off over and over. It was just timing out, just like your cell phone does, and the screen locks and you have to go back into it. And it was that easy to get back into, but that was one of the biggest challenges that we had.
So when teammates saw that it was timed out, they're so used to having to do this really cumbersome re-login, and that's not what was really happening. So we were kind of scrambling to figure out what's actually going on, only to learn that in these cases, it was an inactivity timeout, which BlueFletch has allowed. In those cases, it's very simple for teammates to get back in securely. Nothing's ever perfect, and it was interesting, as we always deploy sort of we'll go maybe 5 stores at first and let it kind of bake in and get feedback and figure out what we could do better for the next 5 stores and the next 5 stores and the like. It got to the point where we had it pretty much perfected, and then we were doing a better job articulating the differences between timeouts and log offs and things like that. Then the challenge became the stores that were further down the list. Well, I want it. When's it coming to me? How do I get this? Because my buddy over here at the different store just got it and is telling me all these great things about it. So then just sort of prioritizing who gets it when, but then also sort of following our project timeline with this, and just ensuring that we didn't bite off more than we could chew, but at the same time, we're trying to satisfy, once kind of word got out of what we're deploying, obviously people got very anxious to be part of getting that for their store teammates. Another one of the big benefits of having the capabilities that BlueFletch offers us is exactly that, trying or getting our hands around or finding a device before it A, runs out of batteries, B, ends up in another truck going back to the warehouse or something like that, or worse yet, C, sometimes these devices just tend to disappear, whether they're stolen or lost in a drawer with no battery power. This technology has given us the ability now for our store leadership teams to go, as an example, hey, I only have 3 devices. I know I'm supposed to have 7. Like, let me use this capability before the lost devices, and I can start chirping it, making it, basically kind of, for lack of a better word, we're just annoying people to death until they find it, go, I have it, now I can go dock it. So it's recharging. And obviously there's a huge ROI when it comes to that. So anything we can do to try to prevent them from getting misplaced or getting lost, but better yet, being able to find them so long-term they're not, and long-term we don't have to replace them, is a very, very easy ROI argument for us to make back to the business and making these types of investments. Yeah, that's very difficult, because this gets into what is really like the larger identity and access management piece of an information security program. And the idea is what we try to follow, and what best practice suggests is that you can only give your employees the least amount of access they need to do their job. And so whenever you roll out an SSO platform, typically they come with these great promises that's is how it's going to work and how it's going to be. It's never really that easy, as you can imagine. So particularly at a retailer like us, where we have store teammates, one day they might be running the floral department, and the next day they're back stocking shelves and doing like other store clerk type work. And with each one of those roles, obviously there's different levels of access that they need. So it's a very challenging thing to do in cybersecurity. I think even maybe particularly more so in the grocery retail industry. But the idea being that I want to provide you with only the access you need to do your job. It requires companies like BlueFletch and other SSO provider companies that all need to integrate and work together, leveraging whether it's your HR system that houses all your employees and what they do and what they hear, all the way down to that individual login session. So it's very, very important, because it's super easy to just provide all access to everyone. And then that's where you can get yourself into a bit of trouble, A, from a cyber risk perspective, but B, from a regulatory compliance perspective, C, from an insider threat perspective, where somebody shouldn't have access to some sort of data and they do. So there's all kinds of implications and challenges when it comes to a proper single sign-on strategy. That's all kind of boils down from what are you doing in the world of identity and access management. And again, huge thanks to BlueFletch and the team who has helped us crack that code from a Zebra device handheld perspective, because it's, like I said, a lot harder than it seems without types of technology partners that can help you get in there and execute on that strategy. I would just put out there that from my perspective as the Chief Information Security Officer, it is me and my team's job to enable our business to operate securely. I think too many times cybersecurity leaders and cybersecurity teams are in this position where they just say, no, you can't do that. It's too much risk. And they're not seeking out an actual solution to enable the business to be successful, but not just enable it to be successful, enable it to be successful while maintaining a reasonable level of security.
What you just asked Joey and how he answered is really, from an operational perspective, the key here for me for the success of BlueFletch is you've got to have that two-way partnership between operations and InfoSec / your IT team. I have great partners who understood what my challenges were and where we needed to get to, and then partnered with BlueFletch and got us the solution that's really made us a lot more efficient and made things much simpler at store level.
I am really thankful to the team at Schnucks Market for sharing their experience with BlueFletch, and I look forward to working on our future plans together. As with other areas of BlueFletch Enterprise, we are constantly adding new features. If you have a feature you are looking for or didn't see in this video, please reach out to us to learn more. Please stay tuned to our next feature highlight. Thank you.